If there is a God, are we truly alone in this boundless, cold universe? What is the ultimate meaning of our existence? What awaits us beyond the final threshold we call death? And most importantly, did the Big Bang actually happen in the primitive way school textbooks have been forcing down our throats for years? Remember, my dear viewers, I have repeatedly told you, pure logic holds the key to answering absolutely every existential question of humankind. In this lecture, I will guide you through the true, uncompromising art of thinking. We will learn to apply strict methodology when analyzing the most complex topics of our existence. Ultimately, together, we will arrive at consistent, non-contradictory answers to the deepest questions humanity has ever asked throughout its history. We will clearly figure out who among us truly descends from primitive ancestors in wild forests, and who is the heir to an entirely different, higher technological order. Make yourselves comfortable. Let's begin our journey. Human thoughts are the product of reflection, taking shape as judgments. Naturally, these judgments can be either completely correct or profoundly flawed. Smart people realized this back in deep antiquity. Far from every thought process leads to a true outcome. One of the greatest minds in human history, Aristotle, formulated simple rules. By following them, you can completely eliminate logical errors from your reasoning. He called this structured method logic. Later, the German genius Gottfried Leibniz expanded upon these works, taking human thought to a new level. Let's examine the first law of logic, the law of identity. Once we give something a clear definition, we are obligated to keep that meaning unchanged throughout the entire discussion. Imagine an ordinary glass sitting in front of us. Let's give it a classical definition. It is an attribute of liquid tableware. We begin describing its properties. It is made of glass, faceted, currently empty. But suddenly, we lose our train of thought and say, it's written in the JavaScript programming language and conducts stock market transactions. What just happened? Exactly. I grossly violated the first law of logic. Any object in our thoughts must equal itself and have only one unchanging meaning. When we mindlessly mix concepts together, we completely destroy the very capacity to think. Moving forward to the second law, the law of non-contradiction. Two statements that directly contradict each other cannot be true at the same time and simultaneously deny it. You are simply lying. It is precisely with this law that experienced analysts catch politicians in manipulations. And it is this law that allows you to distinguish true science from even the most sophisticated pseudoscience. Now, armed with this tool, let us turn to one of the most important and simultaneously most suppressed books in the history of human culture, the Bible. According to one version, its primary source came from a higher force, which we are used to calling God. Humans recorded it within the limits of their limited understanding. But reading this book without logic is useless. Everyone interprets it, however their imagination allows. Let's look into the primary source in its original language. We are interested in the key word, Elohim. In ancient Semitic languages, this word is used in the plural. Literally, it translates as gods. Consider Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. And Elohim said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." Or take chapter 6. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. If we apply strict logic and define God based solely on this authentic text, we arrive at the following conclusion. God, in the context of Genesis, is presented as a representative of a highly evolved biological species of humanoids, fully genetically compatible with humans. Could this have actually happened? From a scientific standpoint, this is one of the most probable scenarios. Look around at the boundless universe. To assume that humanity is completely unique and entirely alone in this cosmos is a form of the deepest chauvinism, bordering on madness. Today, it is fashionable in the world to believe that all living things arose as a result of completely blind evolution. But let's analyze this through the lens of cold logic. Modern microbiology proves that even the simplest living cell resembles a massive automated nanofactory in its complexity. Inside it, there are thousands of interdependent mechanisms, molecular motors, information coding systems, and self-repair systems. Imagine trying to prove that a complex modern jet aircraft appeared all by itself as a result of a pile of scrap metal accidentally falling onto the ground over billions of years. Absurd. Complete absurdity. Proponents of pure evolution believe that random mutations are enough for life to appear. But biochemical machines, such as ATP synthase or ribosomes, possess a level of efficiency and complexity that modern humanity still cannot artificially replicate. From the standpoint of logic, creationism and evolution do not exclude each other at all. Life is an open source project. If you understand its architecture, you can manage it. Logic leads us to the main conclusion. We have lived countless times before this moment, and we will continue to live beyond it. Our consciousness is not merely a random biological flash in the darkness of non-existence. It is a part of a grand, universal process of the eternal cosmos, a process we call the Absolute. Do not fear death. Instead, cherish your earthly life, because each of us carries within a unique experience, a unique story that has never existed before and will never exist again. Our civilizations are fragile, but humanity's journey through the universe has only begun. Through deep knowledge, through advanced technologies, and through the preservation of our own minds, we may discover what lies beyond the limits of human understanding. Before we close today's chapter, guys, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who stayed with me until the very end. I'll be completely honest with you. I am just starting my journey on YouTube. I'm still learning, still improving, and still discovering how to make every video better than the last one. This is all still new to me, so I truly appreciate your support, your patience, and your understanding. I'm putting a lot of effort into every video, and I'm trying to grow with every single one. If you enjoyed this deep dive and you want to see more content like this, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It may seem like a small thing, but it helps the channel more than you might think. And most importantly, it motivates me to keep creating, learning, and improving. Thank you so much for watching.